Welcome to Motivation Station Podcast, the hottest motivation show in your suburbs. Do you feel the daily routine is catching up and you need an extra dose of positivity? No more blue days. We will share how to rewind the time, live a happier life without stress or negativity. Are you a champion of your game? Let's go to Actionville. Introducing a woman who believes happiness is a direction and not a place, the host of Motivation Station Podcast, Tatiana D. She's on fire.
Today is another beautiful day to record a podcast. So, can he act? No, but he can sure spot a new talent. My guest today is a well-respected talent manager in Hollywood and a talent admissions director at a top-ranked on-camera acting conservatory in the country for children and teen actors. Please welcome Russ Neibert, one of the most positive people I know. Welcome to the show, Russ. How to be happy, how to motivate ourselves, how to learn how to be tolerant, because it's so important now, especially now. And I want to share my point of view that I am planning to be absolutely neutral, because in our country needs to find the way how to come together. America is a great land, and despite of what we believe and where we're heading to and what the dreams are we have for us, for our country, we still love this land, and we need to do everything we can to do it together. So we're gonna mention a few things, how the positivity and tolerance affecting each of us. And saying that we're not going to be discussing anything about Republicans or Democrats. We are talking about unity and tolerance. So what do you think about it, Russ?
Well, that's a very good point. And I think for me personally, with all this political air that we're living in right now, I don't see blue states and red states. I see the United States. And that's what we are. We're all here together. We're all Americans. We're all human beings on this little marble floating around in space. So it's all about sharing with each other our experiences, our knowledge, our expertise to help better the people around you and have them better you as well. And if we all do that and work together, I think it's just a much better world. Nobody's in this alone. We're all in this together. So we need to pull together. We need to unite. We need to help each other, learn from each other, and keep that smile on your face, everybody, because you never know. You might pass somebody on the street who's having a bad day or feeling down, and your smile might be the one positive thing that picks them up and changes their day. So always smile. Always give a hello and a greeting for people in a nice way. And trust me, your life will change for the better if you do that.
That is for sure. Because we must be accountable only to ourselves in regards to what kind of moods we're in and what we are doing today or tomorrow. And there's no point, in my opinion, to dwell on the past. We need to learn from the past, but we should not be staying in the past. We should go only to the future, make proper plans, and know what needs to be done, where we're going, and what's important. And I truly believe in the saying when they say, push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you.
Absolutely.
You are involved, Russ, heavily in the entertainment industry.
Indeed.
You've been helping a lot of young and seasoned actors and actresses to shape up their careers. And that's not an easy task, because being in Hollywood, those who don't know, it's a lot of trial and errors, and it's just tip of the iceberg of what we see when the actor or actress does get the role, and nobody knows how many times they have to go through countless multiple auditions where they're getting passed on because somebody maybe didn't take time to look at their talent. And there are a lot of very talented people. So how you are dealing with positivity, how you are encouraging those younglings who are under you not to lose the point and keep on going?
Well, I think the most important thing that I tell them is have fun with it. Make it fun for yourself. Yes, there's a ton of rejection in the entertainment industry. I know several actors who have been to 8, 10, 12, sometimes 16 callbacks on one role just to book that role, or maybe not book that role. So there's a lot of work involved, and they have to leave an audition knowing they did their best, they gave it their best shot, and then let it go. Put it behind them, move on to the next project. If they get a callback or they book that role, fantastic. But if they don't, they can't let that bring them down, because Tatiana, you hit it right on the head. There's, my own son is an actor. He's 18, going to be 19 soon. He's been acting since he was 6 years old, and he did a lot. But for everything he did, there were hundreds of other things that he didn't get. And that's where the work, in my opinion, comes in for an actor. When you see an actor on screen, working, doing their thing, to most actors, that's their fun time. That's when they're really to let their creative juices go. The real work was getting to that point. And getting to that point sometimes means losing 100 or more other jobs that they could have had.
Indeed.
So they have to keep that positive outlook going. And any actor you talk to, or musician for that matter, singer, is going to tell you that it's their passion. So that's the other thing about being positive as far as work goes in your career. Have a passion for what you do. Enjoy it. And when you find something that you truly enjoy, you'll have that smile on your face. You'll get up ready and eager to go to work, and it makes it fun. So that's probably the best advice I give my actors is have fun with it, enjoy it. It's your passion, and sooner or later, that passion's going to pay off. But you have to keep the positive attitude going, and you just have to persevere. That's number one.
That's very important. And I know your son, I've seen his work. There was few really good movies. One of them was Camp, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Great movie. He was adorable little child, and I know how hard he was working on it. And nonetheless, I know that despite all the positivity he has and he gets from you, at some point he got burned out a little bit. And now I know that he wants to pursue something different, but hopefully he will still keep that passion. And at some point, hopefully he'll come back, because I do truly believe that Matthew has what it takes to make it in the entertainment industry as well.
Thank you for that, Tatiana. I will pass that along to him. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. But yeah, he's developed a new interest that he's going to pursue now, and he's in his first year of college. So
that's wonderful.
But I will tell you this, that the way he came up through the entertainment industry from a very young age, it taught him a lot. And now he's taking all of those skills that he learned, life skills that he learned in the acting world, and applying them to what he's going to try to do next. So he's got a very positive outlook. He's determined. And I know in my heart, he's going to reach his goal. He's going to do what he wants to do. And he owes all of that to the acting school that he went to. They were fantastic in teaching him those life skills, and to the people he worked with on set all the time. So, if you get somebody, I'll give you an example. You get somebody in a room that isn't there by their own volition, if you will. They don't want to be there. Somebody's forced them to be there. But everybody else there has a positive attitude. They're ready to roll. And then you got this person sitting there with this negative energy. It brings the whole room down.
Indeed.
Yeah. So you always have to be sure to keep yourself positive in a group setting like that. And if you don't want to be there, then go find where you want to be and be positive about that. Because negative energy, and I've told my kids, not just Matthew, my actor, youngest son, but all my kids, I've always told them from day one, be positive, because positive energy begets positive production. So if you're negative, the things aren't going to come to fruition for you. But if you put that positive energy out there, as they say, into the universe, and you get that light and vibration going, it's going to come back to you tenfold. I had lunch the other day with a producer from India, lovely lady. And she's also, and I could tell right away because of the way she was talking to me, she has psychic abilities, medium abilities.
Interesting.
And she believes very much in positive energy and what she called the vibration.
Okay.
And she told me later, in fact, I could show you, she messaged me the day later and said, thank you for meeting and lunch. You have such a positive vibe. I kept laughing the whole time we were together. It was fantastic. I love your energy. So if you present that type of energy to other people, it rubs off. And if we all do that, which was my initial point, quote, the United States, everybody's on this rock in the space together. We're all humans here. We have to spread that energy, that positivity. And I truly believe the world will change for the better if we all do that.
That is for sure. That is for sure. And I am a true believer in the opportunities not to be missed. But on the other hand, I always try to think about it this way. Do not sit and wait for opportunity to come and get you. Just be ready to open the door when opportunity comes and knock on that door. Don't miss your shot. Don't miss your chance. You need to know what you want. You need to have plans for it. And you need to always be ready to jump in when the right opportunity comes your way. And just persevere. Because sometimes we are tested not to show our weakness, but to discover our strengths. And one of my favorite songs is by Kelly Clarkson, when she thinks like what's not gonna kill you makes you stronger. That's kind of a defining point of everything I do. Because we're here for a reason, just not to waste our time on this little marble spinning in space.
I remember growing up as a kid, my dad, and even to this day, my dad just turned 85. You saw his picture.
Yes, it's amazing.
He has always said to my brother and myself, another day, another lesson. There's not one day that goes by that we don't learn something.
Absolutely.
And when you learn those tough lessons, don't let it drag you down. Don't get depressed about it.
Absolutely not. Exactly.
Take that lesson and turn it into a positive and use it to move forward.
I firmly believe that whatever happens, it always happens for a reason. And most of the times, anything, whatever happens to us, it's what we need to get from it. It's either a lesson or a blessing, or sometimes it's most of the time it's both. So we just need to learn and not to make mistakes if they are avoidable. And I truly believe everything and anything can be corrected if you have a right mind, right heart, right attitude, and right energy. And I absolutely also believe that there are people who exude the positivity, and there are some who will drag you down. So yeah, I try to stay away from people like this, or maybe to look at them and see if there's any chance I can share a little bit of my own positivity to them. Maybe that would help them to get out of whatever situation they're in. Because I truly believe that every one of us is capable to be happy and plan to be happy and just be in the right circumstances to be happy.
No, bingo. That's absolutely right. And as you said, if you do have people in your life, or you run across people in your life who are more negative or feeling down and depressed, so a lot of us sometimes will see that, and whether we know the person or not, we might bite our tongue or just kind of shake our head and keep it to ourselves and think, oh, that poor person. Whereas maybe if we did interject just one positive thought to them, yeah, maybe they'll poo-poo it. Maybe they'll look at you and shake their head and go, get out of my life. But you never know that later on, after you've left their presence, they might think to themselves, maybe they're right. So rather than not try and shed some positivity on them, go ahead and throw something at them. You know, it's the old saying, the more stuff you throw against the wall, sooner or later something's going to stick. So
that's for sure.
As long as it's all positive, throw away. That's what I say.
Throw them out, throw away, give them some smile. It may stick on them and make their day brighter too.
Yep.
Besides working with young actors, there is another thing you do also with younger actors. Would you please share what you're doing for your daytime job?
Thank you for bringing that up. I work for what has been touted as the #1 on-camera acting school in the country for kids and teens from 6 to 17 years old. And I am an admissions director there, which basically means that I get to meet all these wonderfully talented kids because we audition. Every child or teen that wants to come into our program has to go through an audition process. So I get to audition them. And a lot of times you'll get young kids, it's their first time, they're nervous, they're scared, they're shy. And generally within 5 or 10 minutes in the studio in front of the camera with their audition, I can pull the energy out of them by boosting them up and telling them, take a deep breath. And a lot of times what I'll do with some of the younger kids, I'll say, do you know how to do jumping jacks? Because they've just gone through the audition and they've blown the lines, or they're not looking at the camera and they're nervous and fidgety. And I'll say, hey, Daniel, do you know how to do jumping jacks? And they always say yes. And I say, okay, give me 3. And they do 3 jumping jacks. And as soon as they finish, I go, action. And they start the commercial, and it's a totally different kid.
Wow.
They shake that shyness and that nerves.
Stiffness.
That goes away. And that's just one exercise that I do with them. But I'm always trying to inject positivity in these kids and let them know that I'll say to kids that are in maybe their second year of our program and who've learned a lot, and maybe they're already starting to audition. Sometimes they'll come in and say, yeah, I had an audition last week. Oh, great. Did you get the part? No. And their head drops down. And I tell them, hey, look, it might not be your talent. It might not be the way you did the read. You might have done the best read in the world, but maybe you don't have the right look. Maybe they're trying to cast a kid to be somebody's child in a movie. So you have to look like the parents. Well, you don't look like them, so you don't get the role. So don't be down on yourself. There's so many things that can come into play for that. Move on to the next one. Just like I said earlier, stay positive, stay energized, have fun with it. That's the real key. Have fun with it. So yeah, the playground, Gary Spat's The Playground here in LA it's a great place. And Gary's been around for 30 some odd years in the industry and trained the likes of Elijah Wood and Hilary Swank and Justin Timberlake and Ryan Gosling and on and on and on. Just a whole laundry list of people.
I believe Christina Aguilera also came from your studio.
Christina Aguilera, Britney
Wonderful.
Spears, just a whole laundry list of people. He's very tied in with Disney and Nickelodeon, and he coached the kids. Haley Joel Osment from The Sixth Sense. He coached.
Wow. Okay.
All the kids from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movies, all of those movies like that. Gary had a hand in with the child and teen cast on those films. So it's a really great program. And my own son, Matthew, went through that program when he was 6 to 9 years old. And the one beauty of it is, yes, we teach on-camera acting, but we know not every kid is going to become an actor. And that's a given.
Of course.
That's a given.
Of course, yes.
So Gary developed the curriculum and the program there to focus on the camera acting, but there's a lot of life skills that these kids learn too. So even if they go into sales, they'll know how to stand up and give a presentation without batting an eye. Public speaking skills. They could go into court and litigate a case as an attorney. So it's all about the positivity aspect. Gary's a very positive person. And he teaches that to all the kids that come through. And the transformation I see with kids that start, even my own son, from when he started to when he left the program and graduated, is amazing. I mean, these kids they're afraid to look you in the eye when they talk to you. And after a few months or 6 months in the program, bam, they're right there. They'll look at you.
Exactly. So shyness goes away, and that's important.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of the life skills.
Their confidence level goes up. Their self-esteem level goes up. And there's no reason in the world that anybody else can't do that and utilize those skills, because people pick up on that. And I tell my actors and young actors and students that all the time. When you go into a casting room for an audition, those casting directors are going to pick up on your energy right away.
Exactly.
And if you're real positive and upbeat and everything, they're going to like that positive energy, and you're going to stand a better chance of getting a call back or maybe booking the role, instead of going in there with an attitude of a defeat before you even open your mouth. So, and that applies to every single thing in life, in my opinion. I don't care what you do. So take that to the bank, everybody. That's probably the best advice I can give.
I would say, yeah, definitely. And I would say if kids in a regular school curriculums would have had some, like, at least basic of acting and stuff, that would help them a lot to get out of the clutches of shyness.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, in our country now, in the public schools especially, they don't teach drama. They don't teach music. Even the physical education programs are all gone because of budget problems. So if you parents out there who happen to be listening have kids, get them into something extracurricular that will help them with that. Acting is a great thing. It's a fun thing. I'm not saying your kid has to be an actor, but they have fun with it.
Exactly.
And that's why we call our school the playground. Because we just want the kids to show up ready to play, because it's all about learning through creative play.
Where people can find you on social media, and your school.
You can find the playground at www.theplayground.com. I have for myself a website, www.aam, like Mary, promotions.com. Check them both out. You can follow me on Twitter at AAMP Russ Neibert, Neibert. That's AAMP RUSS Neibert. That's on Twitter. On Instagram. Holy cow, what is my Instagram?
It's AAM
Promotions. And you can also just Google my name. If you Google my name, Russ Neibert, Neibert, you'll find a lot of those contacts too.
And also, I will include in the show description on YouTube and everywhere, wherever it's going to be posted, all Russ's links, important links are going to be included, so you listeners will be able to scroll down and find it.
And last but not least, the one last thing I got to mention is it's Christmas season coming.
You just took it out of my mouth.
And we did a Christmas CD that we're really proud of. I was a co-producer on it, along with Michael Durio, our executive producer. What we did was we put together a collection of 14 music songs, Christmas songs. 11 of them are standards that you'll all know. 3 of them are new original Christmas songs. The title track, Christmas Around the World. I wrote the lyrics. My partner, Michael, wrote the music. And one of my clients, Kaylee Stallings, sings it. But we have 13 other artists on there from 9 different countries around the world.
Including Pat Boone.
Yes, Pat Boone, Frida Payne, the band Ambrosia is on there. But these artists are singing Christmas songs in their native language and in English. So we've got China, Ecuador, Brazil, Romania, Germany, Sweden, the Philippines, the U.S. I know I'm probably forgetting one, but it's a really fun album. It was put together in order to be a positive presentation to the world, to bring the world together in hope and peace for the Christmas season. So check it out at christmasmusicstars.com and get yourself a copy or one to stuff in your best friend or loving family member's stocking and enjoy it. It's timeless, so you can play it every year.
Wonderful, Russ. I am very happy to have you here as my guest, and I'm looking forward to hear from you and you popping in from time to time. That would be wonderful.
Absolutely.
And I will be posting this sometimes really soon. So I'm looking forward to meeting you and some other guests in the future.
Yeah, we'll have to get some of my Christmas artists on the show.
Absolutely. We will probably, you'll stop by sometimes really soon, and we will play those tracks again.
Yes.
Once it's going to be ready.
Indeed.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Remember, stay positive.
Stay positive.
Have a
Only
great week.
Positivity. Let's keep positivity, tolerance, and joy coming all year around, not just Christmas, all year around, because that's absolutely important and vital.
And
love you guys all.
Second that. Thank you, Tatiana, for having me on. It was a blast.
Absolutely. It was a blast.